for these few minutes for the interview. There are a few questions I'd like to ask you about the band. First of all, how are you? How are you feeling about this new album, the single, and the next tour?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited about the album. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've been this excited about a record. I mean, I'm always excited when we're done, but I've been listening to this one a lot, and yeah, something really came together on it in a cool way, and I love it. So excited for that. I'm excited to get out there and tour it. We're gonna try to get down to Mexico, we're working on it. So hopefully
Mm.
that happens soon.
Nice. Now tell me about this song, Nash. That's an
Hmm
incredible song. That the song gave me a super terrifying vibe when you say uh, things like I'm every fear that steals your sleep and each precious thing you can't keep. Uh, I got chills. So tell me what's the song about, both lyrically and musically.
Yeah, musically, it kind of got built off of that sound that you hear kind of coming in the beginning, that pulse. Something that I figured out I could make with my guitar with a specific pedal. And there's something just really exciting to that sound, so I knew I wanted to build a song around it. And then that chorus and the bridge were something that pieces of things that Riley had, and I kind of smushed them all together, and ended up working really well. But it just has this intensity to it, and it already has that kind of terrifying feel. So I'm always trying to let the song influence the music of the song influence where the lyrics go. And for the demo, I wanted to Um, I usually, a lot of times I'll sing kind of nonsense words, like just to get placeholders, and get the melody. But I've been trying lately to sometimes write like a really rough draft of something, because it'll sound better if I say real words. And so I challenged myself, maybe there's something in here. And most of that I wrote just right on the demo, and just kind of getting at that feeling of sometimes it feels like everything's going wrong around you and in your life. And um yeah, so I just really leaned into that for that song and let it be the thing, and let the rest of the record and the rest of my songs give context to it. I used to always try to find like a way out of the dark place in a song, and I've realized like I can have the context be a bit broader than just that specific song. So yeah, there's a couple songs on this record where I'm just kind of layering a bunch of quick pictures or metaphors to create a feeling. And this is one of them. And I like something about that where you don't really have time to process fully what each one's doing cognitively, like intellectually, but it's doing something emotionally as you build them up.
Nice. Now about the lyrics. Thrice has always been known for addressing very personal and introspective topics, and yeah, this time was no exception. So, where does this desire to be so profound come from?
Um, I think there's two answers to that. One is that I've just always been wired to kind of think about the big questions of life, and so that's interesting to me. And then I think the second half is that the music that we make ends up sounding intense and introspective, and it kind of calls for lyrics that do the same thing. So Um, I think that's part of the challenge of the band is I've really got to follow where that music's going. And so like with Nash, I had to find something that was really gonna land with how heavy that song is. And yeah.
Nice. So, have you ever taken it as a responsibility to speak about things that matter?
Sorry, can you say it one more time?
Have you ever taken it as a responsibility to
Mm,
speak up about things that matter?
yes. And it's kind of a constant debate I'm having with myself of how I do that best. Especially with like social media and stuff. There's it's really easy to just say something quickly and that might feel good to do and you might feel morally justified. Uh, but the problem for me is I know that with how polarized everything is getting, art and music have a way of reaching people when just a soundbite will not. And so I'm always weighing how do I speak up about things that I care about and I think are important, without instantly alienating people from being able to hear a message that might help them change on a deeper level. And I don't know that there's a real good answer to that, but I'm constantly wrestling with it.
Nice. And the last question about this, would you say that music can change the world?
I think that um, artistic expression, creativity is changing the world all the time. I don't think, any one thing is changing everything, but everything is connected. Everything is influencing each other. And um, I think for me, I mean, especially like the influence that punk rock had on me as, you know, probably started listening when I was 11, 12, whatever. Like it was profoundly formative, um, of how I saw the world and pushing back on a lot of other narratives that were around. And so I think about that and wonder how different my life would have been had I not found that music when I did. I think it would be hard to even imagine.
Nice, thanks. Now, tell me about the album. This is the first time you made a follow-up album, but what will we find in Horizons West that we didn't find on Horizons East?
Yeah. So they're connected in, a lot of little ways. The last two songs are kind of sister songs. There's things about the way the records start that are pulling from each other. But I think the biggest connection would be that lyrically, when we decided to make two albums originally, splitting it to East and West, I started shifting a lot of the uh, themes of the songs on the first record towards ideas of the East, of beginnings, things like that. But we were already a fair way through the process. So with West, I had a lot more time knowing what was coming. And so it's very thematically dense. I'd say as much as Alchemy Index even. And so that was really fun to know that far ahead what I was going to be theming and writing around. And so I think that's one of the distinctive things about the records because other than the Alchemy Index, we haven't had something that's been so focused.
Nice. So, finally, about the album, everyone says you are a great band, that you don't have any bad albums. Uh, the critics are good always. So, how do you live with these words? What's it like to always carry the thought of my next album has to be incredible? Is
Hmm.
that an obstacle for you?
Yeah, I think the helpful thing for us is that, well, uh, we've never had, this huge success where it's like you had this really big album, like it just hit for some reason, and then you're like, there's this stress of like trying to follow it up. I think the closest thing we had with that was, the Artist in the Ambulance had a lot of hype around it at that time. All those things were happening, and we really pushed back on, trying to capitalize on that and really just focused on what do we want to do artistically. And I think once we were past that point, we've just really continued to do the same thing. And I think doing that has built us a fan base that really respects and trusts us. And that then in turn comes back to us and gives us more confidence to continue creating, whatever we want to do, and knowing that there's going to be some people who really are going to appreciate it because we appreciate it. And we're on this journey together now. We have been for a while. Um, yeah, so we really, and I think we've done it long enough to see that you can't really predict even how the record's going to feel to you afterwards. Like at least for us, it seems a bit of a fool's errand to try to make it the best. It's like make it what's exciting to you now, make it honest now, and that's going to give it, um, I think, deep roots and make it actually last over time.
Nice, that's incredible. Thank you. And thanks for your time. Do you want to add anything else?
Um, no, I mean, I really am excited about the record. I've been listening to it, I think, more than probably any record that we've done, like right after we finished it. It just, uh, I'm not getting sick of it, and so I'm really excited for people to hear it. And hopefully we'll be down and see you all soon.